I was in Japan, New Japan at the time, and Larry Sharp had contacted the WWF, and then we went down and we met Vince McMahon, and we were just, we were talking and talking. We're trying to get the money, and finally we asked him, well, how much money, how much are you going to pay me? And at the time, Vince didn't give no guarantees, Oh, you'll make about 400, and I'm like, wow, 400, that's great, Well, I didn't realize it was $400, not $400,000. But I have no regrets, man. I had a great push in New York there in the beginning with the battle for Bam Bam. I worked hard. The only problem working for Vince McMahon is that if you get hurt, there's no sympathy there. There's no, he wants you to work. You have to be a robot. You have to work. And back then we were doing, 45, 50 days and double shots on weekends in a row without even being home. And it was such a hard territory to work because you were constantly on the road. It was nonstop. And your body just can't take that. And I'm sure other guys will tell you, man, you get hurt, he wouldn't give you the time to heal. So, like, I hurt my knee. I hurt my one knee. And, that knee being hurt, I'm favoring the other leg. I wind up hurting both knees and, wind up having to go get both knees scoped. And Vince still wanted me to work. Vince, I just got out of hospital. Or you have to go to Italy and work with the Giant. I can't walk, Vince. I'm in crutches, But, McMahon is just, he's a workaholic. And to get along with McMahon, you got to be a workaholic. And you got to go above and beyond. And it's really hard to do because your body can't take that type of punishment.
Now, what were your impressions of the locker room?
No, the clique. You mean?
No, I actually was going way before that. I was talking about, did you get along with the guys back in, 87?
Oh, yeah. You know what? There was a little problem because it's like what I'm facing now. Out with the old, in with the new. You know what I mean? So you got these old guys like Harley Race, who I have a lot of respect for, and guys like Bundy, all these guys that had to put me over, And it was difficult in the beginning because, they just felt like, oh, well, who is this? This kid, he didn't pay his dues, he don't deserve it. And it was a problem, but it took time, and you know what? I worked hard, and I became a good hand. I became part of the WWF family, where, I didn't go, I wasn't lazy. I gave it all in my matches. I made it as easy as possible for the other guy to work with, so, and I wasn't stiff. I was really light. In the beginning was tough. It just, what it is? That was the old school. In the old school ways, you had to earn respect. And that's all it took. It took time. It took time to earn the respect of the guys like Morocco. And these guys are great guys, Like I said, Bundy, Harley, Dino Bravo, friggin' Kenny Patera, Snooker was around. And all the big names were there, It was just tough being the kid getting the big push, that came basically out of nowhere, well, just from Japan. And then all of a sudden, here you are, and, you're getting a mega push, and, these guys got to do favors for you, and they don't want to, and that's where I'm at. I'm the old guy, and I got to do favors, but I'm getting tired of that too,
Yeah. Now, how did you end up being managed by Oliver Humperdinck?
That was just something that was set up by McMahon. I think Pat Patterson had did that because they knew I was young. They knew I was green. They wanted somebody that had the experience to help groom me and help talk for me and just somebody that helped develop the character Bam Bigelow. And Humperdinck was the guy that, had 27 years at the time in. And it was a big help. It was a big inspiration. Still good friends. Hump's a great guy. Big Daddy Dink, man. He was a lot of fun to be around, and he taught me a lot.
Now, what was the feeling that you had? Were you very nervous the first time It was the first Survivor Series, Madison Square Garden. You and Andre were the last two left.
Golly. I think, no, that wasn't the Garden. That was the Pontiac.
I'm sorry. Was that
it was in Pontiac. I think that was in the Palace. Where was that?
Let me just check my notes real quick here.
Survivor Series. I believe that. There it is.
I'm sorry, Richfield Coliseum in Ohio.
Ohio, that's right, yeah.
What was the feeling like wrestling Andre?
Oh, my God. Well, not only just the feeling of that was, if you get the tape and watch that, I was in that ring for, like 30 minutes. I mean, I was so happy to get pinned by Andre because I was so tired because here I am, Hogan's gone, they're all done, Rock's gone, Morocco's gone. I'm the only one left, and there's one-man gang, King Kong Bundy and Andre the Giant, and now I'm the only one left, and I had already worked about 20 minutes. So I got in there, I eliminated the gang. As soon as I eliminated the gang, Bundy plows me in the back of the head, almost knocks me unconscious. So then I eliminate Bundy, and then I turn around and I just get squashed by the Giant. And I was so happy to get that match over with. For me, it was a big boost in my career just to have the privilege to last that long with three men like that, especially the Giant, who was a big, mean, smelly giant that hated me, but. It was unbelievable feeling, and it didn't dawn on me till after, when I started getting the feedback from the people and the fans. Wow, that was a great job, man. And then I watched the tape and I was like, holy moly, I couldn't believe I lived. Yeah. But that Survivor Series right there was just great. It was a good time, man.
And that was the beginning of your push there, right? Because you had I've seen the video. You got like the second biggest face pop next to Hogan.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know what? I told you I was because I was a face and I was able to do them cartwheels and them moonsaws and them drop kicks and to do the things that a big man's no one done before. So the people right away just boom, they just soaked it right up, and it made it easier for me to be a baby face. To work, especially against guys that established like heels, like Bundy. Everybody hated that, Bun. And then the gang was such a big heel. And then you got the Giant, who, I don't know if they hated him or loved him, but, with that Hogan angle and everything everything was heated up. So, it was a lot easier for me, to be a face because the people, they had enough to hate, so they needed someone to like.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. I had a good time with them guys.
What was it like teaming with Hogan? What was Hogan like?
Phenomenal. You talk about I can't forget. I can remember in the Pontiac in the Silverdome, where not the big sold out WrestleMania, but just one of the shows where you could actually feel the people screaming and you could smell their breath. Just so into it, And then at the end of the matches, with me humping Hogan doing and then going around. Oh, it was just like mega pop. It was so cool. Let me tell you, people, I don't care what you can say about Hogan, but Terry is a good guy. I got a lot of respect for him. He, a lot of people, everybody says should hang it up, and I think he should too, but what he did for this business and what he did, for some of the boys in this business, and a lot of people stabbed him in the back, and that wasn't right, but, Hogan deserves a lot of credit for where this business is today, the guy just helped pop it.
Now, were you supposed to end up getting the WWF title?
I was. I was supposed to get the title, but then, that's when I had the knee problems, and then that's when our little bad blood started going with Vince, because Vince wanted me to go and push and work. And I wanted to. It wasn't like I didn't want to. It's just I wasn't physically capable of doing it. My knees were shot. I had 2 cruciate anterior ligament tears, and I just needed time to heal. And you know what? Vince just didn't want to hear that at the time, He wanted me to get the mega push, but, I'm not a robot, and you break down, and, You know, it just takes time to fix, man. It's not nut and bolt, you know. It takes time, and you know, I guess Vince had a problem with that. I don't know why. It wasn't like I didn't want to show up for work or nothing. It just was I couldn't work. I just couldn't do it, you know, and it was too much at the time. Well, me and Luna used to torture the midget. Yeah, we used to torture that little bastard boy, Claude. Oh my God, we had fun. I was in Japan, in New Japan at the time, and Larry Sharp had contacted the WWF, and then, you know, we went down and we met Vince McMahon, and you know, we were just, you know, we were talking, we're trying to get the money, you know, and finally we asked him, well, how much money, you know, how much are you going to pay me? And at the time, Vince didn't give no guarantees, you know. Oh, you'll make about $400, you know, and I'm like, wow, $400, that's great, you know. Well, I didn't realize it was $400, not $400,000. But you know, I have no regrets, man. I had a great push in New York there in the beginning with the battle for Bam Bam. You know, I worked hard. You know, the only problem working for Vince McMahon is that if you get hurt, there's no sympathy there. There's no, you know what I mean? He wants you to work. You have to be a robot. You have to work. And back then, we were doing, you know, 45, 50 days and double shots on weekends in a row without even being home. And it was such a hard territory to work because you were constantly on the road. It was nonstop. And you know, your body just can't take that. And I'm sure other guys will tell you, man, you get hurt, he wouldn't give you the time to heal. So, like, I hurt my knee. I hurt my one knee, and you know, that knee being hurt, I'm favoring the other leg. I wind up hurting both knees, and you know, wind up having to go get both knees scoped, and you know, Vince still wanted me to work. And Vince, I just got out of hospital. Or you have to go to Italy and work with the Giant. I can't walk, Vince. I'm in crutches, you know. But, you know, McMahon is just he's a workaholic, and you, if to get along with me, man, you got to be a workaholic.